I'm really short still. There we go. What was that noise?
That was my chair. Yeah, our light's not on.
Oh. You waited till now to tell me?
Well, the camera wasn't up. I didn't know. We were on the.
The other ones are dead. The fairy lights. I need to put new batteries in them.
Devastating. Here we go.
How are you, James? How's your holiday weekend been?
I'm sleepy all of a sudden.
There was too long of a layover between tasks. We got relaxed. We were foolish.
Why is that the poster for the movie? Who is that? Whose body is that?
That arm just doesn't look right.
It's just two minutes.
I know, but it doesn't look right. Something about the way like it is bending just looks weird.
I don't understand why that was the choice for the poster when you could have done JT with the basketball shorts and the thong. You could have done you could have showed us what girl it was of the four main characters.
But maybe that's the idea, is that's supposed to be any one of the girls. Like, not even just like the main cast or the main characters, but all of them. All the girls in the school.
Maybe. I don't know. I just would like to. Who? What the? Why is that open?
I don't know. I'm not in charge of your phone.
Charge of anything. Okay.
More water.
Tired.
I'm also tired, but I am not drinking water. Actually, I'm drinking like 50% water.
Yes. Fixing a typo.
How many notes do you have?
70.
Jesus.
What?
It's a 90-minute film.
20 minutes where I didn't have notes. I told you at the beginning, I didn't watch part of the beginning of this movie because I was writing notes about the beginning of this movie. It's not like the last movie where I didn't take any fucking notes for any reason. What was that?
How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't take notes for like hardly any of that movie. How much does this movie make? Very profitable.
All right. Oh, 1 more minute.
1 minute. Ah.
I dyed my hair.
Christmas
hair. With a purple bow, ignore that.
It matches the sign.
Matches my shirt. Now it's time. No. 15 more seconds.
Heavens to Betsy. Couldn't read the bedtime story. Can't read the clock.
Listen, so much of my brain is gone. From doing...
This has been a very mentally challenging last 2 days.
From doing like full-time RBT work for the past 2 days, my brain is shot. Now it's time. Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm...
Oh, okay. This is what we're doing? This is the energy we're bringing to the show today? We're not going to do our fun little 4-second bit where you get a massive anxiety and then we do a joke? We're just going to start recording and immediately start talking?
I'm eliminating my anxiety by just being prepared to just start with the intro.
I don't know. It's so much more funny, though, for people listening to episodes in a row to have 8 seconds of dead air.
No.
They go, is my machine broken? And then we go, Have you ever thought about fucking and boom, bang, boom? It's the show is actually happening and they didn't even know. It's so funny. But you were like, my anxiety. I get anxious
Oh my
about the
god.
silence.
This is gonna be the punchiest episode, I swear.
Is it? I don't know. Maybe.
We're
Could
just
be.
we're in a place, guys. Raising a toddler is not for the faint of heart. Okay. I'm America. That's James.
Uh-huh.
This is CityWavesCinema.
Uh-huh.
And we watched John Tucker Must Die.
America, how many times have you watched this movie?
For someone who doesn't watch, like, rewatch movies, a lot of times. I had it on my iPod Nano. I paid money for this movie to watch it endlessly.
On the smallest screen ever designed by man?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how many times would you say many times is? As a chronic non-rewatcher, would you define that as like 5 times, 30 times, 50 times?
I'd say 50.
So you think you've watched this movie 50 times?
Probably.
You've got brain damage. Look, we've watched some early aughts.
I mean, yes, but that's not why.
No. This might be why. We've watched some early aughts movies on this show, right? Mm-hmm. Bring It On. Mm-hmm. Bring It On's much worse follow-up. Other ones, yes?
Bring It On, the first one, was in the 90s. Bring It On All or Nothing was in the early aughts.
Well, that's why it was much worse. That's not why. There were other reasons. But we just, I mean, to be honest, it feels like this one is better, but not like that much. It's not significantly better than Bring It On or Bring It On sequel.
I think it is. I think the writing's better.
Well, yeah, the writing has to be better. You know partially why? Because Shakespeare wrote it first. This is a slanted retelling of the Merry Wives of Windsor.
Yes.
So it's not all of the way original, although
I mean,
reskinning a Shakespearean tale in the year of our Lord 2006 is that. I mean, that's pretty removed.
I mean, no, it was pretty common. There were lots of early aughts videos that were spoofs on Shakespeare, like She's the Man with Twelfth Night, and it was.
I think I saw that movie once.
It was with Amanda Bynes. No, okay. Anyways, it was like a common theme to take a Shakespearean tragedy and make it into a
early aughts awkward comedy.
Teenage rom-com.
I see. Well, there's your 4 seconds.
Jesus Christ. Did I just derail your whole thought process?
I just... This movie sucks.
Anyways, let's talk about the movie then, James. What did you have to say?
This movie
I'm not unbiased.
This movie is 90 minutes. Shave 5 of them off for credits. This movie is 85 minutes. And I have 70 notes. I missed the visuals of the first probably 30 to 35 minutes of the movie because I was writing so much. Yes.
I need to make a lot of noise in a way to save the recording.
Okay. Oh no. The jingly bells. Just so you know, America's a Christmas elf. And when Christmas time comes around, she wears sleigh bells around her neck like a necklace every day of the week.
Yes.
Until the December 26th, in which case they are cast back into the fires of Mordor and will not be touched ever again until Thanksgiving morning.
Yes.
Because Christmas starts on Thanksgiving, in case you didn't know. So, I'm not arguing with you here. That's what you believe, and I'm just saying that like it's a fact, whether it is or isn't.
So I moved and was hearing myself jingle, and I was like, oh, I don't want that to be through the entire recording, so I figured
just for right now.
take them off and then
Sure, 5 minutes of jingling, that's not too bad. Now let's cover some bases here. Is what I want to do before I get into like the minutia of notes, because there's a lot of notes that are just dumb. But okay.
But are they funny?
I think so. That doesn't make it true.
I think you're funny.
We have a handful of main characters here. All of them are played by people who are all of the way adults. Okay? There is a common theme in film and media in general from the early 2000s in which you hired people from age 20 to 40 to play high schoolers. And this created a visual miscue about what high schoolers look like. So all of the people in this movie are notably attractive. And that's because they're all between the ages of 22 and 30. I don't know if you remember what you looked like in high school.
I don't like to think about it.
I remember what I looked like until my senior year of high school. And that was very small. I was a little guy. And then my senior year of high school, I grew 7 inches. And I became an awkward guy because I didn't know how to be 7 inches taller than I had been the whole time.
Is that why you run into furniture and shit, James?
No, that's because I have a disability. So it's important to note that in this movie, there's a lot of hot people. And that's because they're all adults. They are all fully built out of puberty, grown ass adults. If you tried to make this movie, but you hired children to play the children, you couldn't make the movie. First off, I don't think you could get away with the script and children. Maybe.
Euphoria exists.
Listen, you can hire a dozen 18-year-olds and it would be closer. Maybe. I don't know. It's all right. Here's your characters, okay? We've got Kate. Kate is devoid of personality and devoid of notable character traits. It's important that she is so that they can mold her into annoying later. Her mother, Lori, who is a whore.
Yes.
A sympathetic whore, but a whore. John Tucker, who is a Dungeons and Dragons bard with max charisma stats. He is so competent and capable at doing lies that he can only be a made-up character with min-maxed statistics. That's not a real person. There aren't real people like John Tucker. No one has that much charisma. No one has that level of spellbinding vocalizations that I'm aware of. Well, there are cults of personality. Anyways. The 3 goofs.
Goofs?
The 3 goofs.
Why are you calling them the goofs?
Because they all got duped.
Okay.
They all got tricked. And in the simplest of ways. They all believed a very, very foolish and obvious lie.
That he can't date during basketball season?
Correct. He who is, by every person in the school's account, the greatest womanizer known to man. Everybody knows it. Everybody talks about it. It is not a secret. JT, they know what his game is. Everybody knows what his game is. And somehow, some way, he somehow dates multiple women at the same time and they don't find out about it. Impossible. Simply not realistic. Because bitches be paranoid. I don't know if you've ever met a woman. They're a paranoid bunch. Rightly so. Deserved. They'll find out.
I'm just waiting to see. Okay, that's where this is going.
Oh, they'll find out.
Okay.
You can't fool girls. High school girls? Heavens no. Especially popular pretty ones, because guess what? They've got clicks, and clicks feed off of information gathering.
But that was the whole premise of it, is that he dated girls from different cliques because he knew they would never talk to each other.
Sure, but let's think about Venn diagrams for a moment. What is a Venn diagram, America?
It's a concept mapping strategy.
Yes, and the circles, what do?
They overlap in places.
That's correct. Now, cliques, notably, tend to try not to overlap. But there's always going to be some. It's a public high school. How can there not be? There's gonna be a theater kid who knows band people. There's gonna be people who know people. There's gonna be people who do little things that know people who do big things. I didn't go to school. Surely there's got to be people who know people. The daisy chain. How did, I mean, what did all the movies from the early aughts tell us? News travels faster than STDs in school. Everybody's got to know everything all the time because people talk. That's what we've been led to believe throughout media, and what I had been led to believe throughout media coming into this movie, and my friends who went to public schools. They're like, people know all kinds of shit. Everybody knows everything about everybody. So, here's our goofs. Carrie. She's type A. She has a haircut of some kind. And she is annoying.
She's a chronic overachiever, is what the Wikipedia page says.
Sure, annoying. Heather.
Are you going to say they're all annoying, James?
Well, yeah, but they're not all annoying for the same reasons.
Okay.
Heather, the head cheerleader. Why is she annoying? Because she is a bitch. She's a mean person.
Yeah.
And from what I've been led to believe about the early 2000s in high school, it's that all of the cheerleaders are mean people. And some of them, not all, but some of them are whores. I can't say if that's true or not, but that's what the media tells me.
You know, you're kind of like a foreign kid in which you think that the media's portrayals, because you never went to like school, so you think the media's portrayals are all like representative of high school.
Well, no, they can't possibly be, is the case I'm trying to present, is that this can't possibly be real because it's too insane. I don't think all cheerleaders are like that, obviously.
Okay.
But media sure seems to think that they were. All the early aughts movies sure seem to think that they were. What did everyone in Bring It On and the subsequent Bring It On have in common? They were all mean motherfuckers.
Some of them
all
are just
of them.
Better mean.
Yeah, some of them were better at being mean.
No.
Heather is better at being mean. She's real mean. She's nasty.
Okay, and then there's Beth.
And she's annoying because she's a vegan. And that's just all there is to it. Beth, listen.
Mm-hmm.
They really took a gamble on picking the prettiest of the goofs to make the whore. She gets around and she's the prettiest. It's not the head cheerleader, it's the vegan, which vegans, you know, if you're vegan and you don't push that shit on anybody, good on you. It's like a religion. If you're vegan and you're mad that no one else is vegan, you're kind of annoying.
Jesus Christ.
You put this movie on the list.
Anyway.
You knew what would happen.
Anyways.
Now, here's our premise. John, the womanizer that he is, dates the three goofs at the same time, bamboozling all three of them into believing that he is only dating them. And the lie is he is not allowed to date during basketball season So we're going to keep our relationship, he says to the girls, our little secret. And they all agree because they believe him. Now, he is very talented at lies, have truths, twisting truths, getting his way with his words. Talented wordsmith. You can write people like that. How does at very minimum Carrie not believe that? Or how does Carrie believe that, I should say?
Love makes you do stupid things?
It's a point, and I don't like it. But it is a point.
I had to remind myself of that because I've been mad at the book series that I've been reading, and I haven't read it for like a month because I got mad at one of the main characters.
Uh-huh.
And then I had to it was like a self-check moment because I was like, think about all the stupid shit you did when you thought you were in love with someone. And then it doesn't seem so crazy after that.
Well, listen, John is about to do a ton of stupid shit. So, due to some unforeseeable circumstances. Oh, sidebar, my mistake. I missed an important factoid about Kate. Because Kate's mom is a whore, every time she is abandoned by whatever dude she brought home that week, month, year, they pack up all their shit and move to a new city.
After she eats several pounds of icing.
This will not be explained. The monetary situation in their home will not be explained. We have no idea how any of this goes on. Crazy. Crazy. But as a result of this, Kate, 1, doesn't have any friends, 2, doesn't know how to be a person, and 3, doesn't have a personality because she hasn't been around any people to help develop one. But what she does know is she doesn't like what her mom does with boys. So, we have an idea of what not to do here.
She has some trauma.
She's got some trauma. And she will talk about it later. Now, Kate starts going to the school and learns about John Tucker a little bit, and then starts her job as a waitress at this restaurant. There, Kate will see. We're made to think that it's on the same day, but I don't know that it could be. Maybe it is. Who knows? John goes on 3 dates with his 3 girlfriends to the same restaurant within a certain amount of time. And Kate happens to be working the whole time. So she discovers this situationship occurring in real time.
Yes, I never thought that it could be multiple days.
Okay, logistically.
No, it makes more sense to me now because I was like, well, how did you time that all out? Like, are you having a third dinner at like 10 p.m.? So it always really bothered me. And I think you saying it was like just different days makes it so much better.
Yeah, like I was thinking about it when we were watching the scene because every time she turns around, it's a great back and forth series of shots. By the way, the movie, it's shot fine. You want me to complain about the production of the movie? Not a lot to complain about. There's not really bad lighting. There's not bad sound. There's not bad camera angles. It's fine. So we get this like back and forth where we see Kate sort of at like the waitress stand where they keep all the like pitchers of water and silverware and shit. And every time she's over there and turns around, there's John being sat at the same table with a new date. I can only assume, based on having gone on dates myself, that he would have to do this on multiple days.
Like I said, it makes so much more sense than how I always believed it to be.
So, sometime in the near future, on a day that is referred to by Kate, who is our semi-reliable narrator, as Black Tuesday, John Tucker gives the PE coach a Flynn Rider smolder smile. And the PE coach has some sort of heart attack situation occur. Because
of underlying conditions.
Because horny.
And underlying conditions.
You ever been so horny you had a heart attack because a boy looked at you?
She had an underlying condition.
Okay. Still dramatic. So she can't do PE that day. So they get the coach from another team, like a sports team of sorts, to run PE.
And
they merge all the morning PE classes. What happens then is, by pure story writing circumstance, Carrie, Heather, and Beth, and Kate will be placed on the same 6-person volleyball squad against some other group of volleyball squad people to play volleyball. I didn't go to school.
That should have been the description of this episode.
It's going to be the description of both episodes when I put them out on social media.
James didn't go to school.
I didn't go to school. I didn't, for so many years I didn't go to school, and then when I finally did go to school, it was a private school.
Listen, I really just want to get a bunch of shirts made. Like, the first merch I ever want to make for this channel, and it's I want to get a bunch of shirts printed with
I didn't go to school.
James.
It's a good gag.
Wait.
I went to film school, but that doesn't count. That's different. So instead of playing volleyball, Carrie is chatting with another girl who's like, "You weren't at the party. Where were you?" And she was like, "This needs to be the biggest secret you've ever kept in your entire life, but I'm dating John Tucker," she whisper screams in the gymnasium. Heather, the head cheerleader, is up to serve and serves the volleyball directly into the back of Carrie's type A brain. Twice. This begins a fight wherein we learn that 2 girls are dating John Tucker. Gasp! Beth, being the activist, tries to break it up, and then she goes, "No boy is worth this. I'm dating John Tucker." And then they fight even more, and then Heather throws the ball, and Kate is in the vicinity and catches it with her face. And then because Kate got knocked over because she caught a volleyball with her face, when the coach finally shambles her way over, she goes, "You people, detention." Is that a thing that happened in school? Is like when teachers handed out detention, they'd be like, "You general vicinity of the trouble, all of you, detention."
It depends. If it depends on the policy at your school. If it's a 0 tolerance policy, then yeah, they wouldn't even have detention. Typically, fighting in school,
that's a suspension.
That's suspended.
Yeah, but this was the early aughts. They didn't give a shit back then.
So,
and also, like, if you got caught in the crossfire of a thrown object, but were not actively engaged in the fight, are you still gonna get?
Oh yeah, they don't.
Damn.
They don't care, dude.
Damn.
It's just easier for them to go, anyone in the vicinity of the trouble, go.
Damn.
Than for them to try to interview each student.
If my kid had to stay after for detention, and then came home and explained that I wasn't even involved, I caught the volleyball with my face, I'd be like, "Well, I'm not mad. Don't hang out with those people, but I'm not mad." Those people be crazy. So they all have to go to detention. Kate goes to detention early,
where she meets
Penn Badgley.
Mm-hmm.
The better of the Tucker brothers, Scott.
I guess depends on who you ask.
He's got long hair. It's better by default. Scott Tucker, played by Penn Badgley, is clearly lined up here to be a love interest for Kate.
This is a pre-Gossip Girl Penn.
It's like breakout role Penn.
Mm-hmm.
And he crushes it the whole time. But also, once again, he is a whole adult man in this movie as a high schooler. So they become friends early in detention. We have the detention scene where the teacher leaves, and so the girls all immediately start barking at each other about, well, John told me this, blah, blah, blah. And then all their stories are exactly the same, because when you're a liar and you are telling a lot of lies, the best policy, and John's doing the best policy. The best policy is you keep your lies consistent. And if you're going to tell it frequently, you do not vary it at all. And you do what they said. You have vague pet names for all the people you talk to, so you don't have to remember what their actual names are, because that's hard. And you keep your stories straight and consistent with all of them. You say the same thing to all of them. This backfires on John because they compare notes, and the notes are the same, which clearly Josie doesn't fucking care about any of them. Obviously. What's funny is he's only getting it from one too. So like,
yeah, it's not even.
What is the point, John Tucker, of being a womanizer and dating multiple girls at the same time if you're only getting it from one, and no one knows about it except for your boys. Your boys know about it, and they'll never tell.
Because okay, so he's getting it from the one, right?
Sure.
So he's not like starved in that regard.
Sure.
But eventually those other two, if he dates them long enough, will get comfortable enough that they'll do it. And so then he'll be getting double. But he's not,
if not triple.
Yeah. So but he's not pressed for time or anything or desperate, because he's already getting it from one of them. So he's got time. Then he can just collect them all.
He's the ultimate gym leader.
Literally.
Scott Pilgrim would kick his ass. Anyways, so the girls all decide that they must get vengeance upon John Tucker, obviously. And because Kate has, the perception skills of a regular human, they must enlist her to help.
Well, they think she has experience with guys like this.
Which she sort of does, in that she's observed a lot of them roll through adjacent to her.
But she doesn't clarify that. She just says, no. I know a lot of guys like this.
Kate does a sweet little John Tucker move here, wherein she goes, I've seen this happen a lot. And the girls, the goofs, assume this is because she's been screwed over by guys like this before. They find out later that that's not true, but the assumption at the gate is like, oh, Kate must, or whatever her name is, haha, because they don't care about Kate, must clearly know what the goings-on of this situation are. So, this is an hour-and-a-half long movie, and we're going to spend 45 minutes of it trying and failing to ruin John Tucker's reputation, executing a myriad of plans that, under normal circumstances and in a normal high school, I assume, against a normal guy, I assume, would be truly devastating to their social life and potentially extracurricular activity life. But John Tucker is written by scriptwriters, and so it will not negatively affect his social life. In fact, it will only improve it, which is shocking.
I mean, he's basically the male version of Regina George. Like, everything they try to do to take Regina down also just makes her more popular. So, yeah, I don't know. It's that whole thing where it's like, you can't touch the popular kids.
One of my best jokes that I did blow past.
Okay.
Is John's lie is that he can't date during basketball season.
Yep.
He must believe with his whole chest he is Troy Bolton. Who are his parents? Mr. Bolton? The basketball coach? Who's like, you're going to be a fucking D1 athlete. You don't get to sing and dance. Fuck you. No. We don't even meet John Tucker's parents. All we need to know is that they're made of money. All we need to know. Okay.
You figure out where we are?
I just have a note that says there are far too many things happening at this exact moment, and I don't know what that moment is. Okay. What are the things that they do? Because the fucking plot descriptor doesn't actually tell us. So, for one, these are probably going to be out of order a little bit. For one, because Carrie has a million hobbies, she's like a one-person visual arts department.
This was the first thing. Good job.
And they create a they trick him into male modeling for it's not AIDS, but it's
herpes.
Yes, genital herpes PSA slideshow that plays like during a school assembly or something. I think
during a movie.
Oh, was it during a movie?
Yeah, like the commercials or the little ads that run before movies, or they used to. They were silent. And they just flash different graphics of brands that were sponsoring the theater.
I didn't go to movies before 2007. I don't know. I don't remember any of that shit ever happening, but I was a child, so.
Whatever. And there will also be movie trivia every few slides.
I've been so spoiled by Alamo Drafthouse in Austin for the last 6 years that I don't ever want to go to a regular movie theater and see what their pre-show roll is.
Their pre-show roll it's just like the pre-show roll, but instead of really cool, interesting videos that are somewhat related to the movie you're going to see,
it's ads for Cinemark.
Just ads for Coca-Cola and Cinemark and whoever like I said is there.
I will refrain from my rant against capitalism. I will refrain from my rant. Okay. So, they make him the face of genital herpes, and he gets a fucking achievement award of some sort
for being
a voice for the voiceless.
Yes.
Incredible work. Incredible. The next thing they do is poison him to death.
Yeah, this is technically illegal.
This is a crime.
Illegal.
What occurs now is a crime that you go to jail for. First of all, there's two crimes. First of all, Heather has been stealing her mother's estrogen supplement because she wants bigger tits. And her mom is going through menopause, so whatever. Don't steal your parents' medication, kids.
Yeah, no, don't steal anyone's medication.
That's a crime. Stealing medication is a crime. So Heather steals all of the estrogen and mixes it with his protein powder.
Now we're drugging someone without their knowledge.
It is so important to note this is a crime. It may not have been a crime in 2005. It is a crime today.
No, drugging people has always been a crime.
I didn't go to school.
Oh my god.
So
You can't just say that now.
No, I super can, and it's going to be funny every time. Every single time.
Carry on.
So, the results of this are what I don't know if this is what would happen scientifically, but it appears to be what two dudes who write movie scripts think would happen if a high school jock suddenly was ingesting astonishing amounts of estrogen. And that is emotional instability, sensitive nipples. And that's it.
They probably literally just like, because
they were like, what's a woman?
Google was around back then. They literally probably just typed side effects of estrogen and took like the first 3 things that pop up. I
probably.
bet you that's exactly what they did.
Probably.
And then they just wrote around it. So like because the first side effects they tell you about are like mood swings, tender breasts, like.
And this was back in the day when, when they would do ads for medicines on TV, the side effect scroll would go at 1,000 miles an hour. And now it's not really allowed to do that. So the ads for medicine are way longer. But yeah, they probably did just like Google, like, well, what happened if a guy took a bunch of estrogen and then took like the first 3 side effects and were like, that's what's John.
Yeah.
Literally. So John has a full-blown collapse during a basketball game.
Mental breakdown. Messy.
Messy, because his titties hurt. And his feelings hurt the same.
It's always John.
And now listen. He's the captain of the basketball team. But also, it's sort of indicated that, like, on no uncertain terms is he, without a doubt, their best player. And clearly the key to them succeeding in any way. So his rant, which I thought this was really funny to me, his rant about how he's like always leaned on for support constantly and he's under so much pressure because he's got to be the guy all the time is like totally justified. But because it's undercut by him being drugged, it's supposed to be this haha funny moment, but we could reframe it just a little bit to be like, hey, men's mental health.
See, it's 2006 funny.
We didn't give a shit about men's mental health in 2006.
It's not 2026.
Not enough dudes had killed themselves yet.
Yeah. It's definitely, there's a lot of things in this
we could
that are 2006 funny, but not 2026 funny.
Yeah. Just wait, we're not quite to sextortion yet, but we'll get there. Whoo-wee! This movie could not be made today. And if you did, it would be Euphoria. So, you know what they do in fucking John Tucker Must Die 2025? They'd get some AI engine to create tasteful nudes of John Tucker, and they'd start an OnlyFans page for him.
Yeah.
And he'd come to school, and it would be the same thing as we see later with all the pictures on all the walls, except for it would be on everyone's phones. And it would show you just how many people are fucking looking at porn. Everybody would be like, that's John, and his whole ass is out. That's what they do in 2025. I hate this fucking timeline. This shit sucks.
Yeah.
Today sucks.
Yeah.
What? Fuck. Okay. Moving on.
After his breakdown, he
becomes the champion of men's mental health.
He gets involved with the peer counselor who
wants to fuck him to death.
Yeah, and she also advises him to break up with all the other girls.
And so he does. Listen. These short-sighted plans of vengeance clearly were thrown together with no thought for, well, what would happen? Like, how could this possibly go wrong? Unmitigated confidence. This can't possibly go wrong. Those 3 should run for government. If any amount of thought was given towards what could possibly go wrong for us, trying to smear the reputation of the most charismatic individual in the school, they would have chosen to harm him physically instead. Never mind trying to smear his reputation, hit him with a car.
That's what happened to
Regina George, that motherfucker. Because you know what? When did Regina George learn her lesson? When she was killed by a school bus.
She didn't die.
Yeah. And then she decided she shouldn't be a massive piece of shit. But that's what it took. You go through all of Mean Girls, and nothing changes until she gets hit by a bus. You go through this whole movie, and nothing changes for John until he learns what having a feeling actually is. At the end of the movie, he has a feeling that isn't unrelenting horniness, and he goes, "Whoa, I gotta rethink my whole decision-making paradigm."
All he rethinks is he's just going to not lie about it. He's still going to date multiple women. He's just going to tell them all.
Sure, but that at the very end, he's like starting with that process, and both girls on his arm are like, "Oh, I don't like this." And so it is implied that he will learn a secondary lesson later. It's not shown, but it's implied. Just hit him with a car. That would have been faster.
I have to say that we're getting long on this episode, and we've barely gotten into the plot.
Well, no, because the first half of the movie is we set it up, and then we just make John Tucker out to be even better than he is, and then we start with the mole, and that's the second half of the movie, is the mole on through the end.
Fair enough. Fair
enough.
Like,
I'm timing it out pretty good.
Okay, I trust you.
You don't have John Tucker's lying capabilities. You're lying to me right now.
I trust you.
Okay. Just because I didn't go to school doesn't mean I don't know. So, all of the plot description on Wikipedia describes these all as pranks. These attempts. One is not a prank, it's an attack, it's a smear campaign, and one is a crime. These are not pranks, okay? In the end, he breaks up with the goofs. Feeds them all the same lie about, you're not the girl for me. And so they do their own little, you're not the man for me tribute as they are documenting all their crimes.
John Tucker, there is only one guy out there for me, and you are not him.
That's the thing, yeah. First of all, if you're going to commit to grievously harming someone's reputation or physical well-being, don't do it on camera.
They document everything.
Carrie documents the whole thing. For what?
Some with consent and some without consent.
For why?
There's so many crimes in this movie.
The camera in the locker room? Ooh.
Every time I watch that one, like, even when I was younger, I was like, this is, like, illegal. This is a sex crime. Like, this is literally not...
Carrie's gonna be on a registry. Carrie can't live near schools.
Technically, she is filming minors, and even as a minor...
That's not allowed.
That's still child pornography.
I don't think it puts you on a registry.
No, because she would be a sex offender.
I don't know the nuance.
She would be a sex offender for distributing child pornography.
Shit. This is a movie about hardened criminals.
And it's only distributing because she showed the other girls.
It would have just been better if they hit him with a car. Maybe then he would have learned his lesson. Okay. This is somber. We're ending somber here. When we've started to break down the realities of what they're doing and how it doesn't work in the real world. This movie is a fantasy, a horrid nightmare fantasy.
It's so good.
No, it's fucking bad. Okay, the movie is entertaining. Everything inside of it is bad. Very bad. Everyone makes terrible choices.
Like Grease levels of bad? Or...
No, they don't rape anybody. They don't sing a song about raping anybody.
There you go.
They don't, like... The only sex crime is the child pornography. You know, it might be as bad. It might be. Now that I say the words out loud with my mouth into a microphone, it might be fucking that bad. But hey,
I bet you didn't think you were tuning into this when we said we were talking about 2000s teenage rom-com.
Hey, at least this movie's entertaining. Grease just pissed me off. So, anyways, we'll get into the more crimes that occur in the next episode. For us in like 10 minutes, and for you whenever I fucking upload the episode. Love you. Bye.
You're real bad about uploading. He like quadruple dropped today.
I put out 4 episodes today.
I don't think that's ever happened.
That's never happened in the history of the show.
I think most we've done is a triple one time.
We have done a triple twice.
But never a quadruple. I don't know why I got this out. It's the holiday Hoobie Wuddy. So we're only going to probably be able to do one holiday movie just because time's a ticking and we've got traveling to do. So your holiday choices are sent in by our internet audience. Then also, is it Dear Satan or is it Dear Santa?
It's Dear Santa. Because the joke is that he misspells
it. Okay, I don't know. I watched that movie and then blocked it entirely from my brain. James requested Muppets Christmas Carol. I know how to spell. I know how to spell. I don't know how to type. What was my other one? Shit. Oh, the Jonas Brothers. No, I don't know the name of it.
I think it's a Jonas Brothers Christmas. I could be wrong.
Jonas Bros Christmas is what I am writing because I only have so many.
A very Jonas Christmas movie.
See, I only have so many spaces. Did you ever watch Drake and Josh?
The show?
No, the Christmas special.
Maybe, probably.
Okay, then I won't put it on there. But if you hadn't, I was 100% going to change one of my things. The one sent in by our internet audience. All right, cool. Those are your choices for the holiday movie this year. The holiday Hoobie Wuddy.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of the clips that I've seen of the Jonas Christmas are pretty fucking funny.
It can't be good. It's not allowed to be good.
To be clear, based on IMDb, it's not good. But I think there's a few clips that are pretty fucking funny.
Is it just gonna hit a bunch of nostalgia buttons? Probably.
I'm sure that's part of it.
Freaking roasted a marshmallow and made a s'more in that time. I'm impressed. Okay. Well, this doesn't look good. Never mind. Okay.
What is that?
It's this Netflix Christmas movie. I've never seen it. It was just recommended to us. It's not. Damn it. I just wanted you to watch Dear Satan.
I super don't want to watch that movie. I really wanted Muppets Christmas Carol to win. Or Jonas Bros. Christmas. Thought that would be funny. What's this Klaus movie?
It's on Netflix. Super good, apparently.
Animated?
Mm-hmm.
Jason Schwartzman, J.K. Simmons. 2019.
I literally didn't know of its existence until today.
Rashida Jones, Will Sasso, Norm Macdonald, Joan Cusack. This might be a sneaky good movie.
What are we talking about? Oh, John Tucker. You good, bro? You gonna make it? Oh. Depresso espresso.
What? You're out of wine?
I'm out of mimosas. And I'm out of s'mores. It was a bad time. Good time for recording. Bad time for me. You ready? Finding your bearings. Know where we're at?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Hi! I'm America, that's James. This is CityWavesCinema, and we watch John Tucker Must Die. I told you I'm doing it every time. I cannot take the stress anymore.
I mean, you just activated my bits. I'm gonna do bits now. The first bit was just silence, and we should have left it at that, because now I'm going to be awful and insufferable in many, many other ways. John Tucker must die. Blah, blah, blah. Sex crimes. So, where we left off plot-wise in the last episode was that John broke up with the girls. The goofs, as I refer to them. Now, in order to win, they've decided that what they must do is enlist Kate, who has sort of architected some of these plans. And they want Kate to date John Tucker, sort of.
Combine all their powers to make him fall in love with Kate so that she can break his heart.
Rip the rug right out from underneath him.
Just like he did
because
theirs.
The ultimate vengeance is to do the exact same thing back to that person.
An eye for an eye. Ignore the other half of that phrase. Just an eye for an eye.
Did you ever, if you have a sibling, punch your sibling, and then when they freak out, you go, no, you can punch me back. Don't tell mom. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work good. This is bad. It's a bad take.
Or if they start crying, you just do whatever you can to make them stop crying really, really fast.
That's how you get great salesmen. Now, they go about making Kate as desirable as possible to the womanizer, John Tucker, which means they just sort of have her be in the vicinity of him.
And ignore him.
Right, and be like, oh, hello, goodbye. And this to John is like infatuation central.
Plus, she's a cheerleader.
Vaguely.
Yeah, Heather just forces her onto the squad.
Poor one at that. So if I've seen any movies about cheerleaders, that's the most unrealistic part of this movie, which is that some random bitch can just be a part of the team now. That's not how things work. I've seen Bring It On.
And Bring It On All or Nothing.
There's a rigorous, borderline evil hazing that goes into trying to audition for these fucking teams. You can't just, the captain can't just be like, she's in and she's the top of the pyramid now. That's not how things work. I didn't go to school.
Oh my god.
You give me my 4 seconds back at the beginning of the episodes and I'll refrain. Now, we spend a good chunk of time flipping between scenes where Kate is having nervous breakdowns because she doesn't know how to be a person, which is partially because her upbringing has led her to not having a personality and therefore doesn't know what to do when called upon to do main character activities. And then the dates with John Tucker, where she finds out that she does have a personality, and it was working on Scott Tucker, the younger brother of John Tucker, but it worked too good on John, and so he's like, "I'm gonna get me some of that." Yeah, just, but this part of the movie was exhausting.
The main plot?
Yeah. Like,
she avoids like going on a date with him. She keeps rejecting him until he withholds a basketball win in order to get her to say yes before the buzzer goes off.
Which is insane behavior. Just truly outlandish behavior.
And she goes to the date with a boob cam.
Oh, yeah.
And so for 2 reasons. One, because Carrie's still recording everything. And 2, so the 3 girls can coach Kate through the date.
Yeah. And this is the sunset on the beach, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh, by the way, we're vaguely somewhere where an ocean is. Or maybe a lake. It's unclear. So at the date at the beach, John puts on just the most schmooviest schmoves to try, not even to try to get in her pants, literally to just try to get her to like give a fuck about him at all. And so he, like, all of his charisma, he's just working it as hard as he can. And they're like, yes, good, feed into the machine. And Scott's just over in the corner of the fire pit just sulking because he's mad that his schmooze, which were a lot more subtle, aren't working on Kate. He doesn't know that she's like trying to be a spy. Anyways, the fucking he has to go do a thing, but he's gonna drive her home, and so she goes to get in his car, and she's never kissed a boy. So, everyone's inner bisexual comes on fire right now because Beth, our only gal who was giving it up to JT, comes over to coach Kate on how to go through the next 45 minutes of date, which is the drive home, being at the front door, end of date.
Yeah. And not letting him get in her pants.
Because the goal is to keep him out of her pants for them. His goal is also not to get in her pants, which they don't know. Everyone's working towards the same goal of no one fucking.
I think he would have if she let him.
Probably. He's a guy.
I don't think you just said
stereotypes.
You just said on like both parts, and I was like, I don't know. I feel like John Tucker would have
Listen,
gotten with
when
her.
he was talking about how like he didn't want to kiss her because he didn't want to be tempted,
That was just a move.
we
James.
were in murky water as to whether or not he was thinking about having a feeling for the first time or if he was doing a schmoove.
Nope, it was just a move. It was a play.
Almost assuredly a schmoove. So we have some manufactured tension because she's never kissed a boy. Beth comes over, gets in the car because John's not back yet, explains to Kate how the moments will go down if you're going to have a kiss, and then they kiss, and some nerd really tries to enforce the patriarchy real quick. he's just happens to be walking by in front of the car, sees the two very attractive ladies kiss, and he goes, "Oh, do it again."
Which causes
bro. Oh, the cringe meter has been maxed out, my guy.
It causes Kate to turn on the lights to like spook him off,
which is fortuitous because John Tucker arrives that same moment and walks up blind. Beth, panic, roll into the back seat.
Hides under John's like jackets and stuff.
Various sports gear in the back. She also then will find a sports bra.
It's not a sports bra. It's a hemp bra.
Oh yeah, it's a hemp bra. That's right. That is, I believe, not hers.
No.
That she then steals.
Yes.
So funny. Anyways, the whole drive back, the chit chat, get back to the house.
He's also putting like really successful moves on to woo her because he talked to his bro before. He talked to Scott beforehand and was like, what kind of music does she like? Tell me what you know about her, because they're lab partners.
Oh yeah.
So he's like playing her favorite song and doing everything perfect just to try to like convince her to like him.
And it's working.
He's putting on all the moves.
And it's working. So they get back to the house. They're gonna do a kiss. John's like, no, I couldn't stop myself. Blah, 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 blah.
But what you don't know
is the sprinklers turn on.
I was gonna say is that Beth is stuck trying to escape from John's truck.
Beth gets her skirt caught
in the door.
In the car somehow.
It's caught. She closes the door on her skirt as she's getting out of the back.
Open the door. Oh, open the door.
It's a Jeep. Do the back ones, don't you have to unlock them to open it?
Not if you open it from the inside. Well, okay, I didn't drive that model Jeep. My model Jeep, if you were in the back seat and you open the door, on any of the doors in my Jeep, if you open the door, that door would unlock.
Yeah, but his is essentially his trunk. So how do Jeeps work, I guess?
I don't
Anyways,
know. It's old Jeep. I don't know.
Her skirt gets caught in the Jeep's trunk door where the wheel is.
So Kate calls an audible and smooches him. Because the goal actually was that she was not going to do that.
Yeah.
And then because
they also
Beth's
bump
stuck,
foreheads.
Yeah, they do headbutt each other, which is comedy. Beth's stuck, so Kate plays for time, calls the audible, smooches on him. Beth escapes by getting undressed.
And they get pushed up the porch by the sprinklers, which causes the boob cam to
malfunction and short circuit to the point that it sparks and shocks both of them, which is not how anything works.
He thought that he got a really electrifying kiss from her. He was about it.
You know, he might have escaped actual brain damage because all of the blood was not in his brain. Just a theory. I didn't go to school. So we do a couple more dates. John is being so annoying.
He takes her on a boat.
He sends her something akin to $4,000 worth of flowers in the school during class. Like, if I'm an adult who teaches a class, if I'm a teacher at this school, I gotta think John Tucker is like, he has to be kicked out of school. Like, this guy cannot continue to wield the power he wields at the school. This guy is nuts.
Well, he sent her the flowers before she even agreed to date him. It was one of the ways he tried to convince her to date him.
Yeah, but he's being so annoying. And that scene just lives in my brain because he's so annoying. Fuck.
So after the kiss,
I don't remember the fucking sequence of events because everything made me mad.
Well, didn't you take notes?
Yeah, but they don't mean anything.
So after the kiss, they come up with a plan, basically, that they can push, like, make him fall in love with her, and that will lead to 2 major events where they can
bring
him down.
Critical timeline points.
One of them is the away game, where they're going to test how much he cares about her. And then the last one will be his birthday, which is apparently bigger than the MTV Movie Awards.
I don't know. I saw the party and it wasn't.
And it's like their school's version of like the hottest Hollywood party. And that's where they'll break his heart. That's the whole plan.
Now, while I didn't go to school, I did go to several public high schools' dances in high school because of the girls I dated. I cannot imagine any of those people, seniors or otherwise, throwing a party at the level of his birthday. This will come later, but just because you brought it up, I was like, everyone that I went to those things with that I knew and didn't know sucked way more than this fantasy world where John gets away with everything. But then again, I didn't go to school with millionaires, so something to be said for being normal wealth-wise. Anyways, the build up to what?
Well, I was going to say Kate's starting to feel bad about the plan because
her mom's fucking guilting her.
Yeah, her mom's making her feel like shit. And so,
which is like the pot calling the kettle black, but also correct.
Well, no, not really, because Kate's being like the guy that her mom all deals with, just someone that's dating her.
Yeah, and her mom's like, hey, don't fucking do that. Don't be like that. Also, when did you become a bitch?
Yeah.
It's like, listen, hey, if you paid attention to your daughter, first of all, and also, oh, the apple's in the tree, my dear.
So Kate starts feeling bad, and which leads Carrie to go do the sex crimes that we previously discussed of breaking into the boys' locker room
with a video camera,
hiding in a cabinet, and recording them.
Okay.
In the minors. Now, none of the people acting in this movie are minors, but the implied minors in that room where they become undressed, recording with a video camera.
Okay. Horrific sex crime aside.
Mm-hmm.
She's there to try to figure out what John is talking about with his boys and to try and maybe see what he's thinking to himself about Kate.
Yeah.
Basically, reconnaissance.
He does some locker room talk.
And he does...
quote, unquote, heavy.
Well, the guys that he is around, because at this point, John has started to think about perhaps having a feeling.
True.
And John, who used to do the locker room talk when he was dating the other girls, seems to have established a sort of precedent where he talks about them in his conquests, as they are, in certain ways. And with Kate, he's slow rolling it because he's like, ooh, a challenge. And also, like, she's actively being difficult to get. So he hasn't tapped that yet. And when confronted with this fact from his homies, he defends himself to an extent, being, for the first time maybe ever, slightly upstanding. In that he's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not talking about it. Because, according to a very good Canadian television show, it's impolite to kiss and tell. Letterkenny. Anyways, it's popular, just not here.
Carry on.
His buddies start razzing him about not banging Kate, and they are leaning pretty heavy into the chauvinistic standard that had been established previously. And in doing so, they sort of wrap John back up into the way that he used to be.
They goad him on by saying he's whipped.
Yeah, they do that thing where you attack a man's masculinity to get what you want from him. This movie literally is like front to back, like an examination on men's mental health. It's framed wrong, but it's sort of what you get. So John gets goaded into like shifting back into his how do I say it without saying
toxic masculinity self?
Yeah, but I want to name names without naming names.
Yeah, maybe just don't.
All right. So he slips back into his locker room behavior. What is it that what's the phrase they say? Because I don't remember it.
Corker and porker.
It's really?
Mm-hmm. He's gonna corker and porker, corker and porker, and slam dunk, slam dunk, and then he starts twerking. And
it's all sing-songy, and then he shakes his ass for all his homies, which is like, hey man, what are we doing here, John?
Oh, it's uncorker, uncorker than porker, which makes more sense.
Yeah, I was confused, but I was gonna let you roll with it.
Uncorker and porker.
So yeah. So he sort of shifts back, and he doesn't do it at first, and he's like, uncorker and porker.
James Brent.
No, and so we're never gonna be monetized. So
at this point, I'm just hoping we don't get banned eventually. One of our videos takes off, and then somebody reports it because they're mad, and it's just like, carry on.
Anyways, all this is caught on camera by Carrie. Now, if she had more than 2 brain cells to rub together at this given moment, because she sees the whole scene unfold, she might alter the plan slightly, but she's also too caught up in the vengeance. So it's just not likely.
Well, she videotaped it to prove to Kate that John hadn't changed.
Right. And to be clear, John was maybe thinking about trying to change.
Yeah, but
then he got wrapped back up into his old shit and is clearly not going to without more occurring.
But she doesn't show that part to Kate.
Right, because that would fuck up her plan for vengeance. Carrie's the bad guy. To be clear, all the characters in this movie are the bad guy except Scott Tucker.
Yeah.
Scott Tucker.
He's a precious little cinnamon roll, and we must protect him.
He maybe set his lab partner on fire.
That is a theory. Just a theory. A lab theory.
Allegedly. So, the Kate gets shown the behavior from the locker room and redoubles her opinions on fucking up John Tucker's life, which leads us to the away game. At the away game, a Steven Soderbergh heist level plan is put into motion, wherein, first of all, the whole school has hotel rooms booked out, like this whole fucking floor. It's not the whole school. It's just the cheerleaders and the football team.
Basketball.
Whatever fucking sport they're good at.
You're the one that made the Troy Bolton reference and then fucked it up.
I know. I fucked it up. Shut up. Don't be mean to me.
All on the same floor.
All on the same floor. And John is sort of like leaving it up to chance that he'll figure out a way to get laid. Literally until the last possible minute, wherein a video chat, deep rarity for 2005, is established on 2 laptops, one in John's room and one in Kate's room. Kate is like in a robe and some lingerie, and this is a high schooler, by the way. In real life, it's an adult, but John, fresh out of the shower or whatever, this like the second scene in a row. Kate demands through coercion that John come over and keep her company.
Over video chat.
Yes. And she wants him to do it in a way that will prove how committed he is to her.
Well, she's also playing the, like, I'm so much more experienced. Like, haven't you ever done this before?
Right. Which is all at the coaching of Beth, who has done this before. So they have planted a mildly frilly red thong.
Yeah, it just has a rose on it and some lace.
Under John's bed.
Somehow.
This will not be explained.
At all.
They then improv their way into tricking John to scale the side of the building. He doesn't really, they say scale in the movie. He does not have to climb up the building. He has to go out on his balcony and shimmy over to her room.
Which is 3 rooms down, supposedly, from hers.
Right. The secret is, no, it's not. John doesn't want to do this. And then he sees tits and goes, oh, I'm gonna fucking do that. And commits to the bit. Now, John makes like 4 dozen mistakes, but chiefest among them, in my personal opinion, is embarking on this entire activity. He has to wear the thong, that's the rules. But doing so in just the thong and a towel. Brother, put some shorts on.
There was literally nothing that said he had...
You could have worn shorts and a t-shirt. Crawled across, got to the balcony, ditched the shorts and t-shirt on the balcony. Stick them under a chair. Show up in the thong like you oughta, right? That's what she wants. Fuck are you doing? Crawling along the side of a hotel in a towel. Never mind what's underneath. You've limited your mobility. If you need to do some athleticism because you do a slip or something, what are you going to do on a towel? You're not comfortable. You're not ready for action. This is crazy. This is a terrible idea. So he goes down several doors. Sets himself up, towelless.
In the dark.
On a bed. Not an alarm bell going off in his brain. Not a one. Men are stupid creatures. In real life and in this fantasy movie. Out of the bathroom comes the fucking lady coach from the beginning of the movie. Who I presume is the cheerleading coach?
Yes.
Because I didn't fucking track who she was. Unimportant enough that I did not care about her.
She is the cheerleading coach.
She's the cheerleading coach. She comes out the bathroom ready to like go to bed because it's the nighttime. And John will proceed to make another series of mistakes. Chief among them not immediately bailing back out to the balcony. First of all, one, you let her get close to you. You saw her and panicked and like locked up.
Yep.
She gets close enough to him to get a hold of his ear, drags him out into the hallway.
He's too worried about covering his...
Yeah, dude, first of all, dude, abandon ship. My brother in Christ, get the fuck out of there while you are a free man. Her word against yours. Listen. Her word against yours if you get out of the room and there's no evidence you were there. You get the towel, you go do your athleticism, get back to your room, go lose the thong, go to sleep. Nothing ever happened. Nothing goes wrong. Your life is the way it was. Instead, she gets him by the ear and drags him ass out into the hallway, which, out of nowhere, is immediately populated by the school.
Oh, she wakes everybody up by making a bunch of noise.
Insane behavior from her, by the way, to cause a ruckus.
He also would have been like suspended or expelled major for like...
She would have been fired.
Yeah, she would have been under investigation too.
Nothing probably would have come of it for her, but he's out of school.
Well, there would have been security footage of him scaling the side of the building. Yeah.
But an investigation would not have unearthed any correspondence between the two, and they'd have been like, John, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And he'd have been like, no, it was my girlfriend, I can't count. Like, well, he's an athlete. They are notoriously bad at math. So she drags him down to the basketball coach's room, gets his ass out of bed, and is like, here's a problem. You deal with it. And he goes, John, I'm prepared to deal with a lot of weird shit.
I'm respecting your feelings because they had a whole fight when John was on estrogen.
But this shit's too weird for a week away from playoffs. Get it together. Off to your room. Unbelievable behavior. Kate's out in the hallway, all robed up like, sorry, it was 4 doors. Oh no.
Guess it was 4 instead of 3. No one will be able to hear that on the recording.
Footage, photos, all sorts of evidence of John Tucker, ass out, frilly thong, penultimate joke of the movie. Okay? We go to school after the away game. Posters of it all over the school. This is a level of bullying that even in the worst of schools today would be astonishing.
Nah.
Photos of nearly naked student printed out and posted everywhere?
That happens more frequently than you would think.
In the year of our Lord 2025?
Mm-hmm. Cyberbullying's a really big problem.
Yike. Ugly behavior. But John, the ultimate politician, spins the fuck out of it.
Oh yeah, this is
a master class of spin. The White House needs John Tucker more than ever. Not the current one. I mean, yes, the current one, but like this one, the last one, the one before that, and the one before that. No White House ever since like Kennedy or Reagan has needed a guy so good at spin. Because, I mean, Kennedy, Reagan, masterclass spin guys. Brilliant talkers. The last few, they need a guy who can spin. They got the whole teams for spin. Job for life for John Tucker. Political spin master, okay? He goes to practice, shows up, all the dudes straight up razzing him. Harassment levels of bullying.
And guess what?
And he came in a thong.
The same one.
The one. And he whale tails it, first of all, which I feel maybe he didn't need to do, but he does anyways, because visual gag for the movie. And he, as captain of the basketball team, is apparently running this practice. The coach is nowhere to be found. And he calls for a shirts versus skins scrimmage, wherein he will play on the skins team. Loses the tarp, revealing a chiseled man in a thong. And, you know, the guys were all like, oh. And then he goes on a brief dissertation about why it is performance enhancing drugs in underwear form for basketball players to wear thongs. Okay? And it is like 3 sentences long. All right? I believe he says letting your best friend sleep in a silk hammock.
Mm-hmm. Gives you the right amount of swing, and it's they're airy and it doesn't bunch or bind.
Sure. This is enough to get all his dude bros to, in the same practice, acquire and wear thongs. And he also will go on to display that through witchcraft and magic, he is in fact better at basketball when he's wearing a thong. He does a fucking dunk master front flip into a dunk just to show off how much more agile he is now that he's got fucking dental floss in his asshole.
They give you the right amount of swing.
What is the right amount of swing?
I don't know, but you know John was practicing that all weekend so that he could go to school on Monday.
Without a doubt, his social anxiety was at atomic levels to where he was like, this has to work. It simply must. And then he did the run flip dunk, and everyone was like, clearly wearing the thong is the way. So he gets the whole gang to wear thongs, and the girls are like, what do you do? What are we even doing here? How? And I was also sitting there going, how? So, our next opportunity to ruin John Tucker's life comes at his birthday. But in the interim, the girls have a breakdown. Kate feels bad
because John Tucker actually caught feelings for her and made it official publicly that he and her were together.
Oh yeah, give her his watch.
Mm-hmm. And held it up and said,
it's like a promise ring, but worse somehow.
And he held it up and said, for anyone who wants to know, I'm whipped. And so now they are officially a thing, which he has never, ever done before. Which gives all the other girls excitement and hope because it means that they are going to crush him. And Kate is starting to feel bad again. So she goes into the group and she is like, hey, I don't think we should do this. And they're like, but you agreed to do this. And she kind of comes after them going, it's always been about John Tucker. You're either obsessed with destroying him or obsessed with dating him, but it's always about him. I'm done. And she leaves.
The first time Kate's had spine the whole movie. She's growing a personality in front of our eyes. Hooray.
However,
they
have footage of Kate that Carrie will then use to make a special birthday video for John, where it ends with Kate saying that he is not the guy for her, in the exact same way that he said it about the girls.
Scott Tucker also will discover the treasure trove of evidence that they've been trying to fuck over his brother.
Well, he notices that Kate leaves, and then shortly later,
the goofs leave together.
and he goes and confronts Kate, and he's like, those girls hate each other.
What the fuck is up with that?
And what are they doing talking to you? And kind of makes Kate feel even worse. So, John Tucker's birthday.
Booey. First of all, cake strippers.
Yeah.
Second,
at a teenage
I don't
birthday
know
party.
how old John Tucker is turning.
It doesn't matter. It's a teenage party.
Even if he's turning 19, say he's like a little old for his year of school, that's still unhinged behavior. There's going to be minors at this party because, like, something akin to half the school is there. It's also like in a strange urban abandoned location.
Yes.
You remember that warehouse party?
I knew you were
where
going
they
to talk
melted
about it.
down. It's like that.
It definitely gives off that vibe from Fall of the House of Usher.
Yeah, so it's like that, but no one dies. So, God, I just fucking transported back to watching that scene in real time. So birthday party, it's going great. John's not really happy though because Kate's also like thrown a wrench into their situationship. So he's just like, I'm here to get hammered.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. So he's just upset because Kate's not there yet. Kate didn't come. And so he was just sad. And then eventually she shows up and she tells him, like, hey, well, she tries to tell him, like, hey, I don't want to be a couple, but then Carrie starts playing the video. Because this is shortly after he puts the bracelet on her.
That's a watch.
Watch. Sorry. Man bracelet with a clock.
Never in my life. Women can wear watches. What are you doing establishing patriarchy for wristwear? I wear a bracelet and people call me gay, but women can wear watches. It's okay. It's allowed, even. Encouraged. Everyone should be able to tell time. What the fuck? Are you out of your mind?
Did you figure out what you're talking about yet?
No, I think I'm losing my mind.
Okay.
Anyways, so Carrie did a supercut that they get
a bunch of people to wish him happy birthday.
Yeah, and it's mostly girls he's dated. And then somehow, some way, Kate knows where to go to disrupt the video and has the timing to kill it just before her recorded "You're not the guy for me" speech goes off. And then she gets on the microphone.
Because everyone pesters her. She's trying to have a private conversation. They go, we can't hear you. And so then she talks into the microphone.
First of all, don't do that. Straight up, I don't care if you're on the fucking stage. Proceed to have a private conversation. Take John behind a thing and have a private conversation. Do not air your shit on the microphone. Outlandish. So she like has a heart to heart, like, oh, we were gonna fuck you up, and it was bad, and we shouldn't do that. Lying is bad. And then the goofs come up on stage after she gets a drink thrown on her.
Yeah, someone says, hey, Kate, and she goes, what? And he goes, get off the stage, throws a drink on her, which makes all the girls.
The end of this movie really undercuts itself. So Kate gets harassed by the school body. The goofs go up on stage to have a last minute shot at redeeming themselves as real people. And they're like, don't be mean to her. We were also assholes. And then they get drinks thrown on them. And then Kate's like, food fight.
Yeah, Kate's literally like, because, well, John's just like, I'm still the man.
Yeah, John's literally on stage like, I somehow have skated, and I must lean into this to maintain my reputation. Let them eat cake. Forcibly. And a cake fight begins. And then a few days, like, and then it's over. And then a few days later, he and Kate are like, look, we're just gonna be friends. We're cool, right? Oh, that's his. Okay, side note. That's fucking John Tucker's fucking catchphrase is we're good, right? Well, breaking up with girls. Look, I know he's like the master manipulator of all time. You cannot possibly also have an ego the size of a skyscraper to the point where you can break up with a girl and just be like, we're good, right? Insane. Crazy behavior. Unacceptable levels of ego. Outlandish. Moving on. He does the whole, we're good, right? And Kate's like, yes. Gives him back his watch. They bonk foreheads again. And he's like, I'm gonna be honest and not tell lies. And she's like, great. And then Scott, who was at the party, uh, is reaffirmed that Kate has decided not to continue being a piece of shit. And is like, we will now be lab partners again. And it's implied that they will date afterwards. And that's the end of the movie. So this whole crescendo towards anyone. Oh no, I'm sorry. There is more. Someone spills papers down a staircase at the school, and there's a bunch of normal guys,
male teachers,
who have egos just so small and frail, like Tiny Tim. And they go to help the young lady who dropped all her papers down the stairs, and they bend over, and all 7 of these dudes are wearing thongs. And so, haha, funny, movie over. There's more.
You're not going to talk about the Japanese John Tucker?
That made photo? So little sense to me. I don't fucking care.
Cool. Okay.
Like, why was that in it? What was the point of a brief shot of Tokyo with 2 people seeing the John Tucker thong photo from the away game on their phone? Can you explain it to me?
It's just funny.
Where's the funny?
Because that video circulated so far, it made it to Japan, James.
This may come as a shock to our viewers and listeners. But, and it, maybe it's because I didn't go to school, but I don't think that's very funny. Just in terms of like, in a movie where you did a lot of things that were actually funny, that one just doesn't hit. And burying it in the credits, worse. You look to the credit scenes for like gems and hidden nuggets of fun, and that was uninspired. So at the end of the movie, no one learns a lesson really, besides Kate, who learns to not be like the guys that her mom dates. Oh, and her mom learns a lesson to not be the way that she was.
Yeah.
So really, the only people really getting out of here with any positive movement going forwards is Kate's mom. Because John's plan is to still do polyamory, just not lie about it. And, I don't imagine that'll go well. And it's implied that it won't. So it's like, maybe he'll learn. Who knows? Who knows who fucking cares? 6 out of 10.
Very well.
This movie's better than Bring It On. This movie's better by a lot than Bring It On, the other one.
All or Nothing, for God. Okay. Our next movie will be our one holiday movie this year, which was voted on to be Klaus, which is not what I thought would win. And I don't know what we're walking into, so...
It's an animated film from 2019. The
will,
year everyone forgot.
We will tell you all about it. Until then...
Oh, now people are going to be super triggered. They're going to think something went wrong with the play because you say until then and then nothing. And then it's dead air. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. Totally. Mm-hmm. I'm that funny. Alright, before I go make more s'mores over my gas stove, I'm gonna save this and say goodbye to all you people. God, typing is hard. Okay. I'm so tired. Alright. We love you all. We will see you sometime before December 20th when we go on vacation. And yeah, also, Bree, did you finish this season of Stranger Things? Okay, bye-bye.